Awesome. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for your patience and welcome to 10-minute tax lessons with Jay. This is just a small informational setting to help those that need more information and need more guidance when it comes to your personal and professional tax liability. Now, here's your disclaimer. One thing I will never miss the opportunity to talk about is God. So if that's not what you're into, please exit stage right. All right, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now we're going to work on today updating your W-4 on the IRS website. For those of you that are new here, we have Tax Talk with Jay every Wednesday night on Spotify. You can catch that on Amazon Music, iHeart Music, and Apple Podcasts as well if you want to catch it there. But every Wednesday we usually update a new episode. So right now we're working on budgeting and leaving wealth and not debt. And so the way that we do that is we make sure that we have those all of our tax returns filed, and we also take a look at our tax liability. So that's what we're going to do today. Episode one, we talked about the updating your W-4 with Tax Act. So that is in the blog. The blog is up, guys. jchambersconsult.services. The blog is up. So make sure you check that. You go there. A lot of helpful links in there. That W-4 updater is going to be there. And your direct link to the IRS website to be able to get that W-4 form as well. Okay. It's not going to help you build it, but it is going to have that form for you to print out. So today, what we're going to do is learn how to generate the information we need for that W-4 form. Okay. Okay, so today I'm going to take you through how to use the tax withholding calculator on the IRS website. Understand most things we do will come from irs.gov, okay? There are 50 states. I will not be covering state tax issues, only federal for this time, but contact us and we may be able to answer some of your questions, okay? Especially New York residents. We J Chambers Tax and Business Consult is currently located in Brooklyn, New York. So feel free. We service all five boroughs. Okay, let's keep going. So this is a little information about us, why we started, how we started, what our purpose is. I just, like I said, there's a call to action to anybody that comes to me for tax help. And so I charge you to do a lot of different things. And one thing is to be more informed. So when people leave me and we are done with our session, one thing they are able to do is navigate through their state and federal tax websites to be able to answer questions in the meantime when they cannot get in contact with me. So that's something for you to also think about as well. So as I said, we're breaking down the W-4, understanding your tax liabilities here. Here, take a screenshot. I'm gonna give you a second. JC at jchambersconsult.services. Go ahead and send us your questions, concerns. You want to be on the podcast? You want to ask some questions? You got some information you want to give out to the community? Feel free. Collaborations, as I said, we are located in Brooklyn, New York. So if you or your company have something that you want to speak to us about, feel free to send us an email. We are more than happy to speak with you. Okay. Okay. Now, so what we're gonna do is, wasn't that a lovely presentation? Why, yes, it was. This is going to go. Remember, this is a 10-minute tax lesson with Jay, okay? This is not an hour long. This is not 45 minutes. Do I hold a course? Yes. Jay Chambers Tax, I'm sorry, Jay Chambers Consult.services. Please go there and check that out and you'll see what we have available. We do have seminars coming up. Very excited about that, okay? But we'll talk more about that later. Now, as you can see on your screen, we are on the tax withholding estimator. This is on irs.gov, irs.gov. Now, before we get started, I want you to go grab a pay stub, okay? Pause the video, go grab your pay stub because you're going to need it, okay? Make sure it's a full pay stub, 40 hours, 80 hours, whatever you get. Make sure it's a full pay stub. Don't get an old one, okay? All right, I'll give you a second. And when I say second, that means long enough to drink my coffee because the description was in the video. So, hey, it's a video. You can pause it. Let's keep going. Now, the first thing you are going to see here is information about you. We're talking about filing statuses. Now, I want to let you guys know right now, this is an 8-part series. We are coming back to every last one of these parts. I'm going to break every one down, but today I'm only showing you how to use this so you can play with it in your own time until we come back together. Okay. Okay. So, information about you: single, married, filing jointly, married, filing separately, height of household, and qualifying widower. Will we get into what those are and how you qualify to be each one? Yes, we will. That's going to be the first thing we do when we come back for our next lesson. Okay. So, for my personal, who I am. I'm head of household. I'm the big dog over here. I'm more than happy to give those up at any time. But for right now, I'm paying all the bills. So, I am the head of household. Now, do you have a job that regularly withholds federal income taxes from your check? As of right now, this is for my W-2 people right now, okay? Small business owners, profit loss, schedule A, B, and C. Am I coming back to you? Yes. Will you get your own segment? Yes. Will it be 8 parts? Oh, yeah. What I want to do is, if you guys don't know anything about, if there are words that are coming up, credits, deductions, standard deduction, and you don't understand, this is where you need to start, and then we'll work our way to small business. Okay, if you do know this, hey, just jump in, get some information, but understand the next series is going to be devoted to my small business owners. Okay, so yes, we have this. Now, this is important. This is a very important area. Will I be getting into it tonight? No. But I plan to claim dependents on my tax return, so I'm going to check that box. I want you to take note that it says I will be 65 years of age or older. That's why this is important. 65 years old, you're still going to be filing taxes. You're still going to need to talk to the IRS. You need to know what you're doing at some point and not just be able to say, go get yourself a good tax person. This is your responsibility. Okay. So with that being said, I hope that 65 years or older opened up some eyes real quick and let you know you need to get it together and that you'll be with us for the remainder of this lesson. Okay. Now, I can be claimed as a dependent on someone else's tax return. This can go for adults and children. Why is this an important box to check? You got your child a cell phone. You ain't got them a job. You don't think it's important to teach them how to do their taxes? You don't think it's important for you to sit them down as you go through this and learn, for them to go through this and learn, because they're paying taxes at this point. They are paying taxes. And for those of us that are afraid, hey, sit them down. IRS website. Let them watch with you. Let them learn with you. They're in school, baby. They're going to pick it up. All right. All right. So I plan to claim dependents on my tax return. We're going to go to the next part. Okay. About you is done. We're going to income withholdings. Okay. We're only going to use one job. Today we're going to use hourly employees. Um, and so we're going to choose that. I'm not going to choose salary because most times when you do salary, it's pretty cut and dry. You know how much you make every 2 weeks. Most salary people don't make overtime. So I'm just going to go with the hourly wage because that has a little bit more fluctuation. Okay. Which best describes your income you earn from this job? We're gonna say all year long, we're gonna pretend like we're really happy people. We found this job in a place that we really love. And so we're January to December. All the rest of these options are things that you know yourself. So choose what best coordinates with you. How frequently do you get paid? Because the one thing that grinds my gears are people that are over the age of 20 saying, "Oh, I'll just make some more money. I get paid again in 2 weeks," with no savings, no retirement, no nothing, no money in the bank, and they're getting injured just as bad as us old people. So baby, what you gonna do? What kind of backup you gonna have? It drives me crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick on y'all real quick every 2 weeks, because my weekly people, if I go to y'all, I'm probably gonna blow my top. So I'm just gonna stick with this one. Using your most recent paycheck. Remember, I told you to go get that pay stub. I told you you didn't want to listen. I told you to go get that pay stub now. Using your most recent pay stub, when was you last get paid? So I'm just gonna go ahead and choose a random date since we said bi-weekly. I'm gonna choose the 5th. Now, last paycheck, told you to get a full 40-hour one. So yes, it's gonna be a good representation of how much money you earn every pay period. I'm gonna go ahead and slap y'all at $2,000 a month, okay? So let me see. Enter wages per pay period, $1,000. Enter wages earned year to date. We get paid bi-weekly. That's $1,000 twice a month. That's $2,000. It is now May. 2 times 5. What month is May? All right, $2,000 times 5 months is $10,000. That's what we're putting in there, okay? All right. Now, based on the information provided, it looks like your annual income for this job is $27,000. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Before you jump in my comments, have some empathy. I will delete your comments. $27,000 is not a lot, but if you move to the right area of town for your finances, you can make it. Okay. I will not have anybody in the comment section talking about who can live off $27,000. What can you do with $27,000? I don't have time for that. You will be deleted and you will be blocked. I'm so sorry. You just booted yourself from the information because that's not what we do here. We don't shame people for the amount of money that we make. We are all here, you know, to learn, and that's what's most important. Okay, so I just want to make sure I put that disclaimer out there because I'm not going to allow it. $27,000 federal income tax. Now, for this purpose of you just understanding what a standard deduction is and what an itemized deduction is, I'm going to put zero here just because I want to paint a picture for you. Okay, now you can look at your paycheck, just look at it, look at the Fed portion. That's what they want right there. That's on your paycheck where it says the federal income taxes that come out. They want that number per pay period. So whatever you see there, that's what you put there. Then on your pay stub is going to have estimated federal taxes today. It's on the same line. It's just going across. It says the federal taxes and then year to date. Year to date is what you put in that box right there. Okay. See, I didn't leave you hanging. I'm still with you. All right. Now, 401k, HSA, FSA. I'm only going to talk about these two because they are important. Whenever someone comes to ask me about how they can reduce their tax liability, I say tithe because God said so and because it could be tax deductible. And if you want more information on that, please go to episode 3 of our podcast because we've definitely gone into detail with that. Blog post will be up at the end of the week. And then I tell them about 401k, HSA, and FSA because those are above the line deductions. And so that means that when your income is calculated, they take off all of the things you paid, all the things you paid 401k, HSA, FSA, they take that off and then they determine what your taxable income is. Remember, the less you make, the less they take. Okay, and that's what we want to get at. All right. So I'm not going to choose any of these. I'm going to keep on going. Now, we have any other sources of income because they want to know if there's anything else that we need to tax, okay? I don't have anything else for them to tax. Now, withholding from any other sources of income. Maybe you have a stipend coming in. Maybe there's something else going on where they're taking income taxes out. That is where you put that information. Estimated tax payments. If you are not new to the W-4 game, then yes, you know that you may have some estimated tax payments. Now, why would someone want to change the W-4 for them to have to pay the government throughout the year before the 18th? Well, the reason for that is maybe when you started that job, and I don't know if I'm going over this scenario before I'm gonna go over it again. Maybe if you started that job, you made $24,000 a year. Maybe now you make $80,000 a year. Big difference in tax liabilities. With that being said, you should update your W-4 so that you're not waiting until the 18th to find out how much money you owe. You're making payments throughout the year, and as you're making payments throughout the year, that's going to drop what you owe at the end of the year. Because at the end of at April 18th, we want to break even, baby, or we want a refund. You can create a refund. If you break even every year, this is like a federal savings account. You can create a refund just by updating your W-4, okay? Okay. So, gonna keep going. All right, adjustments to income. So they want to know if you got student loan interest, educator expenses, deductions. I'm gonna click on that because teachers, y'all are amazing. And I say that because my kids are bad. So anybody that can deal with my kids, and they swear my kids are angels. We all know better parents. Teachers, you are amazing. So I just want to make sure I highlight this for you guys and let you know that if you're an eligible educator, you can deduct up to $250, $500 if married filing jointly. But yeah, you can do that. So I want to make sure that you understand that that is an option for you. For more information, go to IRS topic 458. That means go up here to this little search box, type in IRS topic 458 or click on the box down there and it will open up, okay? For those of you that feel a little shaky about the IRS website, you really just started to get into it, you're scared to lose this page, hit the control key before you click on IRS topic 458. It'll open up in another tab. You won't lose your place here, okay? Because I know we get on this website, we get a little shaky, we lose this page, like, oh my gosh, Jessica, how do I get it back? Don't worry, breathe. It's gonna be okay, all right? Now, so we're gonna scroll down. Now, we don't have any adjustments. That's clearly 0. I'm not putting anything in there. Will I go back over this? Yes. Remember, this is an 8-part series, okay? Now, standard or itemized deductions. This is the part that I wanted to get to because most of us don't realize what a standard deduction is. We're just looking at whatever the tax preparer gives us at the end of our session, and that's not how things work, okay? Am I going to help you determine, am I going to help you understand how this is calculated? Yes, just not today. Bear with me. Baby steps, okay? Baby steps. Now, the standard deduction is a specific dollar amount that reduces the amount of income subject to tax, okay? Your standard deduction amount depends on your filing status, dependency status, age, and then whether or not you are blind, okay? You may itemize your deductions or you may take advantage of total itemized deductions, okay? So what that means is, and I just want to explain, and you see tax topic 501 is going to give you a little bit more background on it, but I'm going to give you a very brief explanation. Standard deduction means easy way out. That means, hey, IRS, you said if I make this amount of money, then I have to pay this much in taxes. Or if I make, amount of money between these two amounts, I have to pay this amount of taxes. I'm okay with that. I'll do that. Thank you very much for telling me. That's what standard deduction means. Itemized deductions means, hold up, IRS. I don't want what you're trying to give me. I spent $30,000 this year. I need to recoup all of that. So I want my tax credits and I want whatever's refundable. So I'm going to itemize everything I've been doing and you're going to give me my money back. That's the difference between that. But itemizing requires substantiation. That means receipts. You can go to Tony down the street and let Tony do your taxes and get that, get that money back and not substantiate. But what you cannot do is come to Jessica next year for her to fix your taxes after you have done that. Because when I ask you for that tax return, I'm going to ask you to substantiate it. And if you cannot, I am going to send you on your merry way with a lot of information to help you, but I will not be touching that, and neither will any other reputable tax preparer, okay? So I just need you to keep that in mind. Don't go to Pookie down the block. Let's make sure we're doing the right thing, okay, guys? Now, like most taxpayers, I'm gonna take the standard deduction because I don't have any receipts. I don't have anything to write off right now. I'm gonna take that standard deduction. Okay. So now that we've got the tax credits, we want to make sure we put the children in there. Okay. I got a couple of them. When you see the ages, y'all gonna flip. I got a 3-year-old. I have a 6-year-old, and so y'all are like, yeah. Now watch this. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. I feel the same way you feel. I don't know. I had a child wiping his own butt and I decided to have another one. Maybe one of them will be president. Let's just say that. Let's speak it into existence. Or they'll cure the common cold or something like that, and all of this will be. But even though the smiles are worth it, so I'm thankful. Just a little something to lighten the mood because I know that taxes can be a little frustrating. I know this website is daunting. It's gonna be okay. All right. That's why we have the humor. Um, I don't pay for anything. So I don't pay for dependent care or anything like that. So I won't be doing the dependent care credit. I don't have any expenses, but I do qualify for earned income. Even if you don't, you put that information in there, let them tell you if you qualify for earned income, okay? Remember all the question marks are here for you to click for them to tell you, look at this, look at all this information. Don't get overwhelmed. Sit down, go line by line, and then whatever you don't understand, shoot me an email. Shoot me an email, screenshot in an email, baby. 24 to 48 hours. I'm here to help until I can't help anymore. And then I'll hire some people to come in and answer questions. Just that simple. Because the community needs to learn. All right. Now, I don't have any of these. None of these apply to me, but feel free to go through them, familiarize yourself with them so that when we come back to them, We can go over them and you'll know what we're talking about, okay? Or you at least have an idea of where to find it. Excuse the slurping. This is like the third video I've recorded today. I'm on a roll, but I'm not gonna stop, okay? So we're gonna next, and guess what, guys? We're done. We're done. So now look. Oh my gosh, did they really even estimate my credits and what I would get for a refund? Yes. And now you scroll down and you have information. See what they're talking about? Information to complete your W-4. And as you go down, adjusted gross income. Are these looking, is this looking very familiar? Deductions. Where have you seen these words? Qualifying children under 17 on your tax return. This is a breakdown of the 1040. Baby, if you put in any more, you just missing a few detailed pieces of information and you just did your taxes. A basic tax return. You see what I'm saying? This is very easy. This is not as hard as you think it is. And I am going to show you, okay? All right. Well, it has been a pleasure. And this has been your 10-minute lesson with Jay. Now, you'll find down in the comments the links to get to these sites and the link to our website. If you need anything, feel free to shoot me an email. But we'll see you next week for another 10-minute lesson. Bye bye.